Good morning. I want to talk about my new discretionary mechanical trading strategy using auction market theory, VWAP deviations, with a few other uh, standard deviation lines derived from the 1 hour initial balance and floor pivots, yesterday high-low, and previous day VWAP and close. I do use the SMI2 indicator. I want to talk about that, how I incorporate the SMI2 as a leading indicator, um, and found an example to show everyone. I've got the cumulative delta on here that shows a bear bar coming down into the outer deviation band of the VWAP, daily VWAP, the floor pivot, the support 2, and the initial balance lower 1 deviation line, and we get an inflection off of this line. The way I know to really pile up my position size and go ahead with confidence, taking this trade back up to the mean or to the opposite band area, is because I've seen that even though this bear bar, this 5-minute bear candle, got the momentum signal from my SMI, that the momentum has shifted, an inflection on the momentum at this area, that will take the trade back up to these areas. There will be other inflections that you can trade between the bands. I would not recommend counter trading these, but you can also use these inflections to know to go ahead when the candle closes to take the trade back down in the direction of the trend. So there's many ways to use the inflections of the SMI2, and I just follow the green-red inflections of the momentum, as well as this EMA line, a smoothed EMA of momentum, and I followed the slope of that smoothed EMA, so that I know that the trend direction is really moving and I can stay in the trade. I absolutely love my SMI2 indicator, and I find it much more useful than the GOMI CD. So I usually just take the CD off of my bar. I just wanted you to see that. I do love the GOMI, Alto GOMI market profile indicators, and I use that on my 60-minute candles and 30-minute candles to show me where price is going to come back and touch those lines. So I'll know that if price comes back, it will come back to a previous, or come up to a previous point of control area, and then fail back down in the direction of the trend. For instance, price comes down, reverses back up, and where does it go? It comes back to the previous point of control and then resumes in the direction of the trend. In this instance, the price did inflect back up here to resume up to the top of the range in crude. But I like my mini GOMI candles on a weekly VWAP, so I can see where I'm at for the bigger picture, but I trade on the daily VWAP using these standard deviation lines. I've got a request into Fat Tails. I'm using the Ryan VWAP as a visual aid on my chart because he gives us the standard, or the 0.5 deviation in between the 1, 2, and 3. He'll give us a 1.5, a 2.5, and a 3.5. And this is also a great area to use for support resistance and to use for your stop placement on trades if you're trading inside of value. Going forward, I'm really going to try to focus my trading on taking inflections on the outer value areas going back into an across value as much as possible. I probably will, the scalper in me is going to want to take an inflection off of a ranging band back into value also. I just can't help myself, but I'm trying to wean myself off of that. But I absolutely am looking for any inflection off of these deviation bands back in the direction of the trend. Um, and this is what I'm going to be focusing on moving forward. Um, we had a great trading session Friday to close the week. We went to the top of the range like I thought we would, and price touches these outer VWAP band areas, and these are great scalps if you're afraid to get long on an outer trend. Sometimes they're very hard to trade. You can wait for these inflections and then just trade them back to the band. Scalping intraday, but it's always better to take the inflection back up with the direction of the trend, and that's another reason to go with the SMI indicator. You can just wait for a green inflection and enter long and shoot for that outer target band and take your trade off. It's a much better way to do it. But I am going to update my journal, my trading journal, with my progress, and I will start noting when I enter my trades, the reason I took the trade, and how the trade worked out. And I'll start using my journal more professionally, better than I have been in the past, and see if I can make a go of this. Thank you so much.